Alright everybody, it's that time of year again when an NBA franchise decides to hire a new GM. The Orlando Magic is this year's candidate, as they have a very interesting roster, few young pieces, few old pieces. Definitely something that the new GM can work around. But here, as we look over the roster, we start out seeing Serge Ibaka. Now, Ibaka traded on NBA Draft Day this past offseason from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Ibaka's had a bit of an inconsistent career. He's had a few years where he was the best shot blocker in the league, and then he decided that he wanted to become a respectable three-point shooter, and then last year his numbers pretty much went down. So he'll be an interesting two-way player for this Orlando Magic squad, although I can't really see him being the guy in Orlando here. I don't think we're going to see him in Orlando past this season, maybe even traded at the trade deadline. But we'll see how he performs for the first half of the season, and then maybe the GM might trade him, or he might keep him for the rest of the season. It really depends on if this GM really wants to make the playoffs here, or really wants to tank. Now, I think we should be tanking here to get a good draft pick, because there are plenty of great prospects in this upcoming draft. There's Josh Jackson, there's Malik Monk, Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, Harry Giles, and a bunch more that we will get into later on. Moving on, we have Nikola Vucevic. Now, I think that he really should be the guy here in Orlando. I feel like whenever I think of Orlando personally, I always think of Vooch. I think that he's kind of the first guy to think of. I think that we should really be making him the guy here, and we did go ahead and make him the primary scoring option. And it'll be interesting to see him because he's a great two-way player. He can do the post scoring, he can somewhat stretch the floor, get out in the mid-range area, great rebounder, putting up double digits for most of his career, and he can get a few blocks here and there. He will definitely be useful to this Orlando Magic squad, especially if he's going to be the guy. But I don't really know if he can be the guy for much longer, if you know what I'm saying, because we're really looking to make a big free agency signing or a big steal in the draft, hopefully. But next guy that we got here is Evan Fournier, a very underrated guy in the league today. He's a phenomenal shooter. He can put the ball on the floor a bit. He doesn't hurt you on defense, so he'll definitely be interesting. Hopefully that the Orlando Magic can get some more touches for him. Hopefully he can get some shots up. I think that he could be a solid 16 to 19 point scorer this year. He's put up 15 points per game past couple of seasons, I believe, so he will definitely be nice to have. Now, as for the small forward spot on this Orlando Magic squad, they have Jeff Green. He's 30 years old. He's not really going to hurt you. He's a great all-around player. He can really do everything. He's got a decent jump shot. He's an alright defender. He can put the ball on the floor a bit. He's an alright passer. He can grab a few rebounds. He'll just be a nice player to have out on the wing. He can really do anything that you ask him to. It's not that he really excels at one thing, but he's not horrible at anything. He's just decent at almost everything. And then the starting point guard for the Orlando Magic is Elfrid Payton. Now, Payton is a great perimeter defender and a phenomenal playmaker, but that's really all he can do. He hasn't really progressed much in his game since being drafted a few years ago. His jump shot hasn't progressed as much as we thought it would. Now, I still think that Payton could be a solid NBA point guard, but I just don't think he's built for a starting lineup. I think that in the future, he will be playing off the bench for us if we are a championship contender in a few years. I can't really see him being the starting point guard unless he really puts in some work on that three-point shot, and he can become at least respectable from that range. And he just kind of polishes his skills on playmaking and defense, because he is a bit undersized, but that doesn't really get to him since he is athletic and he can finish around the rim pretty well. But I just don't really see him having a future as the starting point guard for our Orlando Magic team. Now, that's really about it for the player profile side of things here. Just going to go over a few more names really quick. DJ Augustine will be a nice sixth man for us. He's on a 4-year deal, so he's going to be sticking around for a while as long as we don't trade him. He's a good three-point shooter and playmaker, not a good defender at all, but he'll be nice to have off the bench. Then we have Aaron Gordon, a nice young athletic power forward. We're not going to be running him at small forward because that's not what he's built for. He's super athletic, he will dunk on your head, and he's just really good at getting to the rim and finishing. And if he could just work on his jump shot, he's already a kind of decent three-point shooter. If he could just work on that, then he will be unstoppable on the offensive end. And then we have Jody Meeks off the bench. Now, he'll be an alright shooter for us. He's not really knocked down, but he will be nice to have for some nice wide-open mid-ranges and some three-pointers. And he isn't a phenomenal defender, but we can look past that since we don't really need that from him. But then at the backup center, we have Bismack Biyombo. Now, he's an undersized center. He's great at grabbing rebounds. He was signed to a huge contract. So I don't really know if we're going to keep him around here in Orlando. If we do, then that's great. If not, then oh well. Now, since we were lacking a bit in the backup small forward department, we did go ahead and sign Rajul Butler to a one-year deal for the minimum. Now, he had some decent seasons during his prime. He's 37 years old, so he's really old. It was between him and Caron Butler. They're both the same height, so that didn't really go into effect. But I just felt like Rajul Butler kind of aged a bit better. And you know what? He's an alright shooter. He plays, as long as he plays decent defense, we're not asking him for him to put up 20 points a game off the bench. We're just asking him to put up some decent numbers. If he could just put up, like, roughly 3 and 3 or so off the bench, I'm sure that we'll be happy with that. For the minimum, that would be great for his value, since Mario Zonia is a bit too raw to be in the rotation for this Orlando Magic team. He hasn't really shown that he could be a good NBA three-point shooter. He's shown that he can be a decent one, but until he can really polish all the parts of his game more, or at least something starts to pop out to where he earns a rotation spot, Rajul Butler is going to own that backup small forward position. And now at tip-off, it's Nikola Vucevic against Hassan Whiteside. Vuce winning the tip-off. Now, first play of the game, they start with an Elfrid Payton isolation with a Nikola Vucevic pick and roll. This is a deadly combo here as Vuce slamming it down hard. Now the Heat in transition here. Dragic to Winslow. Winslow back to Dragic. Dragic driving inside enough for Payton. Pull up with the jump shot. Nice little mid-range bucket for Goran Dragic. Now Vuce drawing the foul on the Hassan Whiteside. They had a attack the rim mentality at first to try and get Whiteside to foul out of the game because he was going to be a real nuisance for them. And now with a nice corner three there by Dragic, the Heat off to a quick 10-3 lead now as Dion Waiters on the ball to Dragic in the corner once again. Dragic driving inside, another pull-up jumper. That will miss though, luckily for the Magic. Now for Payton in transition, nice little crossover move there. And then he gets a pull-up jumper of his own, and that will drop there. Now 12-5 Heat lead. Elfrid Payton lobbing it up to Serge Ibaka with the mean jam. That was a beautiful play. Perfect teamwork there. That was a good play, definitely. Now Fournier on the ball. He does get fouled by Dion Waiters. Now I think Fournier does have a future possibly as a ball handler for the Magic. I'd like to see him getting some more ISO, pick and roll kind of situations that they've been running with Elfrid Payton. Now Jeff Green on the ball at the elbow. He's not a horrible ball handler, but beautiful spin lay-in. Gets the foul, gets the and one. Who knew Jeff Green had that in him? That was an amazing play there by Jeff Green with the spin lay-in, and then he sinks the free throw. Now Vuce on the ball, kicking it to Ibaka in the corner. Green light, baby, that's in. Beautiful three there by Ibaka. Now Josh Richardson down low to Bosch. Biyombo locking him up, sends that back. Now DJ Augustine running to break to Rajul Butler to Aaron Gordon on the alley-oop. Beautiful play there by the old guy and the young guy. Now DJ Augustine on the ball, kicking it to Rajul Butler. Shoots the jump shot. He will miss. Aaron Gordon on the boards though. DJ Augustine with the nice mid-range jumper. That will drop. Now tied game suddenly. Guys, remember a blowout just a second ago. DJ Augustine to Rajul Butler to Biyombo to Aaron Gordon with the left-handed layup finish there as the Magic take the lead. Now we come over at pretty much halftime. Chris Bosh gets sent back by Aaron Gordon, and Johnson will not get the shot off in time. Miami with the 5-point lead, but Jeff Green with the steal, finding Evan Fournier in the corner for the three-pointer. Now Fournier trying to get a pick and roll there with Vuce. Doesn't quite work, but Fournier finding Ibaka in the corner for the splash. Nice catch and shoot there. and the Magic take the lead. Now Elfrid Payton pick and roll there with Serge Ibaka, and he will hit Nikola Vucevic with the pass, and Vuce with the mean dunk there. Now Elfrid Payton, nice spin lay in there. Kind of what Jeff Green did before, but on the fast break. Now Ibaka, another three-pointer. Ibaka was killing him from deep in this one. DJ Augustine running Dragic in an ISO, and Dragic, beautiful layup, but he cannot get it to go in. Vucevic with the rebound. Now DJ Augustine with the floater, he'll get that one to drop now. 85-81 Miami lead. DJ Augustine couldn't draw the charge now, and Dragic driving in on him, and he will get the layup to drop. Now it's a 6-point game with the Miami Heat in the lead. DJ Augustine now is going to kick it to Evan Fournier, who shoots the jump shot in the corner, just misses there. Tough luck there, in and out, nothing you could do there. Tyler Johnson now driving in on Evan Fournier. He will miss. Vuce with 14 and 14. Now DJ Augustine finding Jeff Green. They're going to have him handle the ball down to Vuce in the post. This is going to be deadly. Pump fake, draws the contact, not the foul, but he does get the shot to drop. 16 points there for Vuce. Now, it's only a 4-point Miami lead here, as Dragic now up top. Ibaka tries to get the steal, but he is unsuccessful, as Bosch will get the easy lay-in. And what are they doing there? They just basically give the ball to the Miami Heat. Horrible pass there off the inbound. And then, luckily for them, just Winslow is unable to convert on the layup. Good defense by Vucevic. Now Fournier gonna try and get to Vuce in the post, but ball will get tipped and it will go out of bounds. And now it is the Magic's ball. They have the bench in, which could be a good or a bad thing. Well, some of the bench. They got Rule Butler in. But Vuce now posting and toasting, drawing the contact, not the foul, and apparently can't get the shot to drop right next to the bucket, posting up on Willie Reed. And then Bosch with the layup. That pretty much sealed the deal, as Magic losing to the Miami Heat by 11, 94-83. Vuce with 16 and 16. Amazing game by him.